this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments, and I am glad to welcome you back to my channel to see another video in my Hawaii series and to watch our trip progress. We are going to do some fun photos of some more water pictures. These are a little more serene than the other ones. And so today it's going to be more about the layout than it is the photos, but I think you'll see that it's got some great ideas. So let's check out my workspace. Okay, so this is the right-hand side of the last layout that we did that just aired recently, and flipping the page over, we're going to continue our journey. Now, on this particular day, we were making our way to the northwestern side of the area of the island near Laie, and you might recall, we went up and over the pass. I think they call it a pass. Anyway, up and over the mountain to the other side rather than going around one of the ends of the island. And we discovered the temple, the Valley of the Temples, and now we're continuing our journey along the coast towards Laie. And one of the things that we saw as we journeyed along the coast were different places where you could stop and buy souvenirs, of course. There was a place that had some fantastic macadamia nuts, and they were all flavored, and they had lotions and all kinds of fun things there, and they had this art. And the reason we have a picture of it is because my husband was struck by the fact that it is rather good art, but that he was more struck by the price tag, because each one of these little pieces is only about as big as a 5x7, no bigger certainly than an 8x10, and they wanted $200 for each one of those. And he said, no, not doing it. But, you know, I suppose there are folks out there that would pay that much money, and kudos to you if you are one of them. We just couldn't do it. It was not a part of our plan. So, but anyway, I thought it was kind of a fun picture to remember that by. And then just some pictures of the coast as we were driving along. Literally, these, as you can see in this picture right here, most of these photos were taken as we were driving down the road, and my iPhone did a great job. I have to say, I'm really duly impressed, because we were moving during all of these photos. Anyway, I'm using Serene Waters today for the layout portion of this, and we're going to use this beautiful sunset piece, which I've loved but not used yet for what it is. I think we used the back side of it for something, but so we're going to use this today. And these 3 pieces of laser borders we're going to use as well. I also have this really cool kind of bamboo looking open frame, and I believe this came from the Boho Escape collection, but it's going to be a fun addition we're going to incorporate as well, and probably some other embellishments when we get that far. But I'm just going to set these off to the side for right now while we go ahead and build this quick layout. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take this beautiful sunset piece, and we're going to cut it in half. So you want this to be cut at 6 inches. Oh, and I'm also using this piece right here, which has the kind of mottled orange and yellow on one side, and the Same pattern, only done with blue and green on the back. So we're going to cut that in half as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and stack these so that we cut down one of the steps here. And if you haven't already added a little tab to the top of your trimmer, I highly recommend that you do that. It will save you a lot of steps, especially if you are cutting in 6 inches. Now we're going to cut straight down the middle through the sun, not with the horizon, but vertically. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and just separate those real quick. Let me show you what we're going to do here. I'm going to swap these, because if you're off even just the tiniest bit, by swapping the bases, you will have an even 12-inch piece. At least that's the way my brain works, to think that. Now, I know you're looking at this and going, wow, that is a lot of orange. I don't think I like that. And it probably would be a more relaxed layout if we put the blue side up. However, we have a lot of blue in the photographs I'm going to be using today. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with the orange side up, just to make those photos pop off a little bit better. But let me go ahead and get these pieces down first, and then we'll make that decision. So I'm just going to grab my adhesive right here, and we're going to get these pieces put on. Okay. When you're using this piece, you need to be mindful that you put it on going the right direction. So the blue side is down, that's the water. And I keep wanting to put it upside down. Goofy. All right. Okay, so there we've got our sunset meeting in the middle of our 2 pages. And then let me just show you a quick example of what this is going to look like. Now I've already trimmed these photos, and they are trimmed to 3.5 inches high by 5.5, yeah, 3.5 by 5.5, so that I can put these on here, and we're going to lay those out in a specific way. But because of all the blue, do you see how it just jumps off the page at you that way? But let me flip this side to the blue side, and we'll compare real quick. I think these definitely kind of jump out at you more than these do. So let's go ahead and go with the orange side. I know I'm not a huge fan of orange either, but this is the tropics. They have bright colors. They love bright colors there. So we're going to go with the orange. Okay. And I'm just going to line that up right at the same edge with that sunset. She says, and then she doesn't line it up. There we go. Okay. So it is important to choose your papers so that they go with the theme of the pictures that you are working on. You know, I suppose if you're doing a birthday party and it doesn't really have a theme, then, you know, it's not really that critical. But if you do have a theme for the pictures that you're working with, it's helpful for the cohesiveness of the page if you go ahead and work with the same color scheme that's in the pictures, or the same theme of photos. If you are building your pages and not building them directly onto a page like I am, then you would simply weld these two pieces together. You've seen me weld before. If you haven't, then just flip over to my tips, the tips area of my channel, and there's a video there that shows you how to weld. Now I'm going to go ahead and center this from right to left and just drop it down about 1/4 of an inch from the top. And we're going to put the bottom one about the same distance from the bottom. So centered right to left and about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And then this one we're going to raise up so that it is within about a little less than 1/8 of an inch of the photo on top of it. You'll see why in just a second here. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So as you're coming along the coast on that side of the island, you'll come across many smaller towns and areas where you can stop and relax. You'll even come across different areas where you have access to the water, which is really, really nice. This beautiful park right here and right next to the beach, just perfect. You can see someone's got a boat kind of tucked back in the trees right there. This area right here was near Medicine Hat. I think that's what they call it, or the Chinese Hat. It's an island that sits right off the coast there, and at low tide you can walk to the island, which is kind of a cool thing, I've heard. We did not do that. We just happened to be there and went ahead and just looked at everything. Okay, so I'm going to take these two and I'm going to go ahead and lay them across this way. And I'm going to take this one right here with the waves and we're going to cut this in half. So grab your trimmer if you have it. And we're just going to go ahead and put this at the 6-inch mark because we know it's 12 inches wide. And we're going to cut it at 6 inches. And we're going to do half on each side of the layout. And let's see here. So you'll notice it's orange on one side, blue on the other side. I'm going to carry the blue across since I have a blue wave I'm using with it. So I'm just going to add some repositionable adhesive and go ahead and put this right along the edge, overlapping just slightly that lower photo on my page. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and add some repositionable adhesive to this guy. And I'm trying to think if I want to tuck it in or if I want to have it sit on top. Thought I had decided this, but now I'm not sure. Maybe we'll tuck it in since we have such a cute ripply design. We'll go ahead and tuck it in. So I'm just centering those waves right in the middle of the page as much as possible, and right underneath this wavy one right here. And I'm going to line my pages up just to be sure that I'm putting this in the right place, but my pictures should be aligned pretty well, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. Adjust this just a little. There. Okay, and here are my waves. And we'll stick these right underneath the sky. Love these laser products that CM has for us. They are just some of the cool stuff. They really make designing fun layouts super easy. Okay, so we've got that there. Now I just have this one last picture which I love, which is why I made it bigger. And I've been trying to decide if it ought to go down here or if it ought to go up here. Maybe we should cut it in half and stick it, you know, part on one page and part on another page so that we can do a title, or just how I'm going to do it. And I think what I decided to do was kind of offset the frame so that it's so the photo is a little bit ajar. But I don't know how exactly. Maybe kind of like so. Maybe what I'll do is go ahead and cut that photo just a little bit. So that the photo is still, we can see the pretty part. We don't need to see that funky rear view mirror that was sticking out. We've got that represented in a few other pictures. We don't need that. So I'm going to set this kind of on top of the sun just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is add some repositionable adhesive. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to use some foam squares to pop this frame up. And all my goodies are coming out as I try to get the foam squares, so bear with me a second. In case we need those big ones. Okay. So we'll just stick some foam squares kind of along the route. Now, if you have foam tape, you could probably use foam tape for this, but the foam tape is going to be too wide, I believe, because it is quite wide. Actually, what we might do is go ahead and cut the foam tape in half. Let's see if we can do that. I've not tried that before. Let's see. All right, my little strip that makes it not sticky is coming up. So just bear with me a second here. Okay. Let's see if I can cut this in half with any degree of accuracy. There we go. Then we can put that right along the bottom of this frame. Perfect. Many thanks to my viewers who suggested that I get some foam tape. I had not used that before, so that's kind of fun. Kind of a fun new product to try. Let's do another one just like that for the long side. Okay. There we go. So I turned on my light up sign, but I don't know if you can hear them, but my children apparently are not paying attention to the fact that I'm recording down here. They're making quite a ruckus up there. All right, here's this one. We'll just go ahead and put this as much in the center as we can. Like so. I promise you I'm not stretching this, so I'm not really sure why it's curling, but it is curling, so hopefully after we get it stuck down it will not be so. Oh, take a look at that. That's the reason right there. Okay. They are really carrying on up there. I'm glad they're happy. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but hopefully they're not too distracting. Okay, so here we go. We can't see that at all, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of use this frame to accent my picture. The thing about the foam is once it's down, and it's very difficult, if not impossible, to pull that up again. So try to make sure if you're going to use the foam squares or foam tape, but especially the foam tape because it's there's so much more adhesive involved in a long strip. Make sure you get it where you want to keep it, because getting it back up to adjust it is pretty much impossible. Okay, let's take a look at some embellishments. Let's see what we can add. So these are our tropic time embellishments. I don't know. Let's see if maybe we could stick some of these palm trees in there. Would those look all right? Could put one kind of on the edge over here. I don't know. I don't want to really cover up my pictures, so maybe not. But I do need something that I can make some journal notes on. So let's see. I've got this one, which we could use. Kind of add to down here. Maybe we can tuck that right underneath. And bring our palm trees down just a little. Let's see if I have anything else that would be fun to put right in there. It's a good day to have a good day. Colors don't quite match, so I'm not going to go with that one. I'm looking for my tropic time here. I mean my serene waters stuff. One fine day. That's tropic time also, so that's colors are not quite what we want. The deeper the waters are, the more still they run. I really like that quote, but just not sure. Beach life, or we could say just add water. Let the waves roll in. I've got another wave I could add. I feel like it kind of gets lost though. We're going to add a bird. Alright, I'll keep looking at this and see if there's anything else that I want to add into that before I take a final picture, but let's go ahead and do that much. Might need something extra over here on this side. We could do this in conjunction with our journal box. Let's do that. Let's add this blue is going to be a little bit different, but I think it'll be okay because we have the same deep blue in these. end it here, so it's reasonably close. And what did I do with my all-purpose tool? There it is. Okay, just gonna lift this up and sneak that underneath there. Okay, then I'm gonna add a foam square to this guy. Let the waves roll in. Maybe it's because I grew up in Southern California, but it was so relaxing to just sit and listen to the waves. Smell the salt water. Watch the colors change in the ocean. Hear the seagulls caw. This layout is just about done. Just about done. We're pretending we have a oasis in the middle of the ocean. There with our palm trees. I need to get this bird put down with just one little guy. Careful, careful, careful. Okay, there we go. All right. How's that? I like it. I like the way the blue pops off the orange, but we can still enjoy the sunrise or sunset. Really fun. Would have been a sunrise. These were taken in the morning, but it looks sort of like a sunset. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can see the rest in this series and all the other videos that I pop in there along the way. You have a great day, and I hope you have many more creative moments.